What's up guys, Tim Little, Matt Allen, welcome back to Tactical Bassin. Today's video we're going to talk to you guys about fishing on holiday weekends. This weekend, July 4th, there's going to be a lot of boats on the water, but some of us don't get the opportunity to get out whenever we can, so we got to take those opportunities when we can, and this weekend will be a great one. So we want to talk to you guys about fishing pressured water, busy water during holiday weekends.
That's right. You know, these weekends are crazy, but it's one of those weekends that almost everybody has off. There's going to be tons of guys on the water. You're probably one of them. It's not the best weekend to get out there and fish, but it's the weekend you've got. So what are you going to do? We're going to dive into two different approaches. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We do content like this all the time, 3 days a week to be exact. Hit that subscribe button, but let's jump right into it. Two different approaches. You want to go first?
Sure. There's like Matt said, two different ways you can approach this. You can approach this, throw big baits, or you can approach it and downsize. You're gonna have a lot more boat traffic, a lot more probably drinking, and just overall, the lake's gonna be busier. So I like to downsize. I'll fish the same areas that I typically fish, but I will downsize. I'll throw a drop shot, a Senko, a Ned Rig, those sort of things, because these fish are gonna be finicky. They're gonna hear the motors running, they're gonna hear people partying, but you can still get out there and catch a lot of fish. Early morning is also a great time, and in the evening, those low light hours, typically when the lake's still somewhat quiet, are the best times to get out there.
Absolutely. He makes a great point about fishing those low light situations. Now down in the video description, we know a lot of you guys that are getting out this weekend are guys that don't necessarily fish all the time. So if you don't know what a Ned Rig is or something like that, in the video description, we'll give you a link to everything that we're talking about and specific the brand, the model, what we would actually use if we were out there. Now the second approach, Tim hit it on the head. These fish are going to be shell-shocked, tons of boat traffic. Depending on your lake, you might have wakeboarders out there, you might have giant yachts and houseboats. For the most part, the fish are going to freak out, and that finesse approach is your best approach. But there's a small sliver of those fish, a small group of them that will actually get aggressive, and you can use it to your advantage. So if you find yourself out there in the afternoon after those boats have been running and you don't want to finesse fish, your approach is to actually use those boats to your advantage. Go out to the main body of the lake where the bulk of the boats are running, where the waves are the largest. Find the areas where they're going around corners, where the waves are crashing up against walls, and you start getting that mud line building up from the waves, just breaking and breaking and breaking. You'll start to get that murkier water. You'll get that water that's churned up. You might even get some current going. When you start to see those things, that's prime time to throw reaction. I'd recommend throwing a walking bait to start with, a topwater in the middle of the day. A lot of people nationwide don't really throw topwater midday, but this is one of those times when you've got that good mud line that can work. If that doesn't work, we'd turn to either a lipless crankbait, a square bill crankbait, or a spinnerbait. Yep, totally. A spinnerbait. Those are the three to drop down and fish through that mud. What those fish are going to do is they're going to move up. What, you want to explain it? Why do they move up into that mud?
Yeah, the fish are opportunistic, right? So they sit in that water. They can disappear in it. They can sit in it and look out to that line, and they can see their prey a lot better. They use it as camouflage, and they just disappear, and they use it to hunt. You guys that are finesse fishermen, you can do the same thing. You guys that are tournament fishermen, those points where everybody's running to weigh in, hit those points before you come in, because those mud lines are great. If you are finesse fishing, don't be afraid to work the bait fairly fast. Hop in a tube, a Ned Rig, a drop shot. But yeah, those points, those mud lines are a great way to spend the day and just pound fish, because they continually reload and fish continue to move into them and feed. That's right. Don't be afraid to go out this weekend. You know, be safe, be smart about it. You know, wear your life jacket. Any of these weekends where you know, Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day, all these weekends, there's always alcohol involved. So yeah, keep your wits about you and pay attention, but don't be afraid to go out and catch some fish, guys. If you guys like this video, like Matt said, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, and we'll talk to you soon, guys. Have a safe weekend.
Happy 4th of July.